present, sir.
Thank you. Your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Defense calls Barbara Ann Mixson.
Raise your right hand, left hand on the Bible.
Do you affirm the testimony about to give the court in this trial shall be the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Take a seat in the witness stand. You can adjust the mic if you need to. State your name again for the record, please, ma'am.
Mixson.
And spell your last name.
Mixson.
You have a seat, please. Can we pull that mic close to you? Ms. Mixson, will you tell the jury a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how old are you, and what do you do?
My name is Barbara Mixson, and I'm from Farmville, South Carolina, and I'm a widow. I have 4 daughters, 5 grands, 2 great-grands, and I do housekeeping and care for Miss Elizabeth Murdaugh, and I'm 71 years old.
71 years old. And how long have you been doing housekeeping for Miss Libby Murdaugh?
42 years.
42 years. And you did housekeeping for Mr. Randolph Murdaugh when he was alive, I take it?
Yes, sir.
And do you know all the Murdaugh children, Randy and Lynn and John Marvin and Alec?
Know them just as good as I know my kids. They are my kids also.
And they're part of your family?
That's right.
Now, are you part of their family?
Yes, sir.
How well do you know Alec sitting here in the courtroom?
Just like I knew one of my kids.
And you love him like one of yours?
I sure do.
Okay. Did you know Maggie?
I know her real well. She was like a daughter and a friend.
You talk to her frequently?
Every day.
And did you know Paul?
I sure did.
How often would you see Paul?
I would see Paul practically every week. He would come down to see M and Hanson, and then I would be there during the day. And some days he'll come by my house and see me.
Right. And you know Buster?
I sure do.
And he's sitting in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Got a chance to see him?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to take a whole lot of time, Ms. Mixson, but we just give the jury a little bit of a understanding of how frequently Alec would go by and check on his mom and dad over, say, the last 10 years.
Practically every day when I'm there. I see them every day, and I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes I have to work on Saturday and Sunday, and he will come by.
And what time of day, I guess, the hours that you worked over at, did you call the place Almeda, or do you call it Almeda?
Yes, sir.
And what are your normal hours there at Almeda?
8 to 3.
And it's always been 8 to 3 for?
8 to 3, always.
And you took some time off when your husband was sick, and then you went back to work. You know when you went back to work?
My husband passed on January the 2nd of 2019, and I went back to work in August of 2019.
And during that period of time, you were working 8 to 3?
8 to 3.
Okay. And I think you said Alec would come by frequently to check on his mom and dad?
Yes, sir.
Would Maggie come with him?
Well, not through the week. I mostly see Maggie like on Fridays, or she might stop by like that. But later will come through the week by itself.
Okay. And I think you mentioned Paul would visit?
Yes, sir.
Just want to go to June 7th. You remember that awful day, Ms. Mixson?
Yes, sir.
Did you talk to Maggie that day?
I talked to her on June. I talked to her on June the 9th. I think it was between 7 and maybe 7:30.
June the 7th, when she was murdered.
That's right, June 7th.
And you talked to her that evening?
Yes, sir.
And you remember what y'all talked about?
Yes, sir.
What did you talk about?
She said, Barbara, I was trying to reach you before I left to go to Somerville. I had to take my mama to the doctor, and I couldn't get a hold of you. But I am going to fix supper for the Murdaughs and for your family for Wednesday night. Because Thursday, I got to go take my daddy to the doctor. And she said, "Oh, Barbara, I'm gonna call you back." She said, "No, hold on a minute. That either Elliot or Buster calling me." She said, "I tell you what, I'll call you back when I unload the car." And I never got the call back.
That the last time you talked to her?
Yes, sir.
And the last conversation you had with her, she's planning to make you dinner. Is that right?
Dinner for me and her in-laws. Yes, sir.
What was happening on June the 7th? Do you remember Mr. Randolph, what his situation was?
Well, John Marvin came to take Miss Randolph to the doctor. And, I remember that part. Because he was real sick.
And after John Marvin took Mr. Randolph to the doctor, you remember that Mr. Randolph got checked into the hospital that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember calling Alec
Yes, sir.
on the afternoon of June 7th?
Yes, sir.
And what did you talk about?
Objection, hearsay.
What did you talk about?
Objection's overruled.
What did you talk about, Miss?
Oh, I called Elliot. Well, first I called Chrissy. I always call Chrissy first. I couldn't get Chrissy. So then I said, well, let me call Elliot. So I called Elliot. I said, Elliot, your mom is very agitated. She is crying. I give her medicine, and I want you to come check on her later on during the day. And he said, okay, I will.
What was Miss Libby agitated?
Because Mr. Randolph was done going to the hospital.
But and she was in fact agitated, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And what do you mean by agitated?
Well, she was crying a lot, and I couldn't get her to eat, and she just, she just agitated. She wasn't.
And I'm going to show exhibit that's in evidence. Doug, if you could pull up the State's Exhibit 520 and go to page 21, which is the Rudolph extraction long version. Ms. Mixson, can you see there's an entry on this timeline at 3:58:39. Alec Murdaugh receives an incoming call from Barbara Mixson. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
You think that's when you called Alec?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that is on June the 7th, for the record. All right, you can take that down, Doug. How'd you learn about Maggie and Paul?
Well, I was sitting on my porch, and my daughter, which she's in the courtroom, Shirley, Officer Stacy Lord came and pulled up. Shirley, my daughter, was in the courtroom. She jumped out of her car and told me, said, Elliot found Maggie and Paul dead.
So a police officer came to your house.
Two of them. It was Stacy Lord and then another one. And I said, could I go out there? And they said, no, you couldn't go out there.
Okay. And Ms. Mixson, that was a Monday night, and do you remember Mr. Randolph dying on a Thursday, passing on a Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that was June the 10th.
Yes, sir.
And do you remember that the funeral for Maggie and Paul was that Saturday? Do you remember the funeral service at the graveyard for Maggie and Paul on that Saturday?
Yes, sir.
And then Mr. Randolph's funeral was on that Sunday. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
And the next day was a Monday. Did you work that day?
Yes, sir.
And what time did you come to work?
8 o'clock. Well, about 5 minutes to 8.
And who did you relieve?
Shirley Smith.
Okay, so Shelley would have worked the night shift, and you came on at 5 till 8?
Yes, sir, and released her.
And did you work that Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
And what time did you get to work?
5 minutes to 8.
And were you relieving Ms. Shelley Smith?
Yes, sir.
And what about that Wednesday?
I released Shirley Smith 5 minutes to 8.
All right. And Ms. Mixson, on any of those days, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, when you relieved Ms. Shelley Smith, did you see a tarp opened up anywhere in Ms. Libby's house?
No, sir.
No blue tarp? You see no blue tarp on a rocking chair?
No, sir.
Have you ever seen a blue tarp laid out in the house?
I never seen a blue tarp lay out in the house. Never.
And you relieve Miss Shelley
Yes,
every
sir.
day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of that week.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. That's all the questions I have here.
By the state.
Captain Miss Mixson.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you, sir?
Been better, been worse.
We met a few weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
You remember down at the,
Yes, sir.
not far from here.
Yes, sir.
You love Alex.
I love all of them.
You love
They
them.
like my children.
They like your family.
Yes, sir.
And we talked about that day before, briefly. You remember that day, the 7th, like he just asked you. We talked about what you did that day and who you talked to, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you didn't tell us about that conversation you had with Alex that day, did you?
No, sir.
Wait, have they talked to you about that recently? When's the first time you told anybody about that?
I can't remember, but I can't remember. It's been a little while. I can't remember.
That's all, thank you.
Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may step down.
Your Honor, may this witness be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Every witness 2 steps down is excused.